Cynthia Solis. I am the mother of the Realistic Co. You've already met Hannah, my daughter, and Eli, my nephew, and my husband Drew. So I am the queen bee of the fam. Anyway, I got a great recipe for you guys. So if you want to follow me over here, you're going to need a frying pan about so large with about maybe 2 cups of vegetable oil. You're going to need baking powder. You're going to need vegetable oil, salt, honey if you like honey. If you don't like honey, you can also use, I have here cinnamon and sugar. My girls like cinnamon and sugar. And you're going to need some lard. You're also going to need powdered sugar and butter. So as you can see here, I've already floured my base here for later. You're also going to need some tongs, a knife, of course measuring tools, and a rolling pin. A wooden rolling pin is best for beginners, but if you know what you're doing with the rolling pin, then this would be okay for you. And just a little tidbit, this also makes homemade tortillas. The only secret is you have to make sure that you know the consistency of your dough before you roll it out, and you have to make sure that you put the perfect amount, the perfect temperature, and the perfect amount of water inside your dough. And for the tortillas, you need to make sure that you let the dough, it's better to let the dough sit just for a little while to rest so it can rise better whenever you put them on the comal. So I have a comal here, nice and warm, and I'm gonna turn this on as soon as we get our dough ready for the sopapillas. So let's get ready. So first of all, I don't know if everybody knows, but this is a measuring cup for dry ingredients. I put 2 cups of flour in here, and then I just transferred it over into here just so y'all can see how we can put everything together in one. And I need to sift the flour into here. So first thing, grab all the ingredients in, all the dry ingredients, okay? And I don't know if I've already said it, but this is all homemade from scratch, sopapillas, homemade from scratch tortillas, if you want tortillas. You put your 2 cups of flours in the sifter, and then you put your baking powder, and then you put your salt. We'll link all the ingredients down below. And then you just kind of hit the side there, and it actually just helps mix all the dry ingredients together. It makes it a little finer. On the first video, I forgot this step, but it actually, everything came out pretty good. As you can see, it's just a little fine. It's finer. And we need to, we're also gonna need 3/4 of warm water. Not too hot to the touch, just something that's comfortable and not too cold. So that's gonna be the key ingredient to making your dough for this recipe, along with the recipe for the tortillas. So I'm just gonna let the water run for a little bit, and then I will get that ready. But for now, I'm gonna turn the frying pan on. I put 2 cups of vegetable oil on, and I'm gonna put it on maybe a 7, so medium heat, and let that get hot. And I'll show you if you have to turn down the heat later on according to the colors of the sopapillas. Whenever you put your sopapillas in, you need to be very careful. Wear an apron. If you are 18 and under, make sure you do it with a parent or have somebody supervising you, because hot oil can be very dangerous. So I will show you if you need to have your stove either on a higher number or a lower number. I'm not sure how it's gonna turn out on a gas stove, on an electric stove, because we're using a gas stove. So right here, guys, make sure it's very important that you use this type of measuring cup for liquids. Okay, this here is for dry ingredients. There's a difference, okay? This can be less or more than what you need in dry ingredients, and it can actually mess up your whole entire ingredients. So just an FYI. So I'm gonna go ahead and start just gently adding the water to the flour, and just very lightly. I'm just gonna mix it very, very lightly, okay? And I'm only gonna do half for right now, because one thing that I still haven't put in that I need to put in is our lard, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a couple of pieces at a time and just spread them out throughout the mixture, the dry mixture. You always want to mix your dry ingredients first. I'm not really a baker. I like to cook more. My girls are more of the bakers in the family. My sister likes to bake. My brother's an awesome cook. Shout out to my brother Adam, I love you, bro. My younger brother, he cooks in restaurants, so I'm pretty sure he can cook some things if he really wanted to. My mom's a great cook. My dad's a great cook when he wants to be, so we're cookers running our family. So you see how it's getting a little flaky here? That's exactly what we want. If it's not at this consistency at that time, you want to add a little bit more water. So you got to kind of be patient, but at the same time, you don't want to take too long because you don't want your water to get too cold on you, because then that's going to mess up your recipe as well. Also keep an eye on your oil while you're doing this if you can, and make sure that it's not popping or it's not smoking. I like to leave my vent on, but it's really loud. So okay, so our consistency is perfecto. It is perfect, okay? So, but we still got a little bit of water here. So the trick is to make sure that you kind of do like a twisting motion and make sure you kind of run it through your hand a little bit, and then just grab and squeeze, grab and squeeze, grab and squeeze, and take your time on this part. And meanwhile, in the back of your head, make sure that you keep an eye on your oil pan. All right, so now the consistency of the flour is a little bit sticky. It's a little broken, okay? But it is coming together, so you still need to knead it a little bit. However, you just kind of move it around in your bowl. Kind of knead it a little bit. Knead it a little bit. In, out, around. If it starts to feel sticky, all you need to do is add a little bit of flour on top, like this, and just start folding it in. So you could just sprinkle here, not too much, because if you put too much flour, it's gonna start breaking apart on you, and it's not gonna form the way you need it to. So after this part, if you can, just let it rest for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, 5 minutes if you can. So this is what your flour should look like, nice and pretty. So here we go again. We flour our base here, and then squeeze here, and we're gonna make 5 round bowls. And then after this part, we're gonna go ahead and roll it out. I think that's the consistency of the dough, and rolling them out is probably gonna be the hardest thing for people, for you guys to learn how to do, but it just practice. I mean, it's fun. You can do it with your kids. It's about 5 or 6 small concave circles here that we're gonna have, and then each one we're gonna cut into 4. This one here, I'm just gonna leave this one out, and I'm gonna put it to the side. That way at the end I can make a couple of tortillas for you guys, so I can kind of show y'all what that looks like and get somebody to give it a taste tester. Okay, now set these aside. Make sure you got good flour here. What the secret is you place the roller right smack in the middle, and you press down and you roll towards you, and put the same amount of pressure on each side of the rolling pin, and then you roll out. Back towards you, roll out. Flip it towards you and roll out. Flip it again. And the more pressure you apply, the thinner the dough will get. If you apply too much pressure, sometimes the dough will tear. So just be patient. The way you'll know that it's ready is the edges will be really thin. They won't be really thick. And when you cut it, it won't be so hard. Now, I like to use a pizza cutter, but I don't know where my pizza cutter is. So if you just get a knife and you cut it this way, it's very satisfying. You cut it in 4 pieces. 4 pieces. There you go. And then our oil is still doing very, very great. So let's see. Our oil's on about a 4. I'm gonna go ahead and put it up to a 5. See how that does. It looks like I think we need a little bit hotter than that. And you can put about 4 in here at one time. And then make sure that you just grab maybe a paper plate or a glass plate, and you line it with some paper towels or something that's gonna soak up the grease. Just try not to let them touch or they'll stick together. And then you'll start to see them bubble up. Start rolling out your next set of sopapillas. If you have a wooden cardboard, you can do that too, where you carve your cut your vegetables and meats and stuff. You can also do that as well. So I'm gonna go up to 7 here. And put it up a little higher for that. Once they're all ready, we'll be right back and we'll show you the outcome, and then I'll show you how to make the tortillas. So here are our sopapillas that are done. We had them, they're a golden color. They took about 2 minutes on each side, and we had to bump up the heat to about a 7. And remember, this is on a gas stove. I do not know how long it's gonna take on an electric stove, so you will just have to eyeball it and then see. But this is the color that it's supposed to be. Okay, be careful because they will be hot. So I just like to butter them up, and the butter just, I mean, they go together like peanut butter and jelly. Sweet and then salty is an always a go snack for me. So then you grab your honey, and then you just drizzle like that, and boom, you got homemade Mexican sopapillas. We will show you on the next batch how to put the powdered sugar with cinnamon and regular sugar on them. These are from earlier. All right, we'll be back, guys. Check this out. So when you're making your sopapillas, this is an indication that your oil is way too high, so you might want to just lower it down a bit. But don't freak out and don't pop them. They come out better when they're nice and fluffy like this. Look at that. Nice and golden, nice and golden, nice and golden. I mean, they are delicious like this. And then sometimes when you take them off of here and put them on the plate, you can actually just poke a hole in there. Like, just get your fork, poke a hole, drizzle your honey or your chocolate on the inside, and then when you bite in it, it's just like heaven in your mouth. I mean, it is amazing. Look at that. That is just, I mean, thank God for flour. All right, guys, so we're done with our second set, okay? And this is what we're just gonna use some powdered sugar, and we're gonna put it inside this the sifter, sifter, and it's pretty much the same concept. You don't want a bunch of the sugar, the big sugar pieces on it. So we just put it in here and just kind of sprinkle it around here. My kids, my family, they like it like this. They like it with a little bit of sugar and cinnamon, and boom, this is the one with the honey. So what I like to do is I just like to pinch off just a tad there, use a little bit of butter still. Don't judge me, I love butter. And then I just like to fill it in here with, there you go. Okay, and then I will just kind of like let it coat the inside there. And super, no words. No words. If you need any help, just comment down below. Make sure to share and smash that like button. And comment on what you need help with. It's like I said, you're gonna have to practice, but it's okay. Practice makes perfect. If you try and you don't succeed, try again and you will succeed. But if for some reason you want a shortcut, you can always buy some tortillas from your local market, flour tortillas, and fry them up. But I'm telling you this, it will not taste like or sound like that. And I'll see you in just a bit, because I'm gonna roll out some tortillas from the same dough and show you what they look like and have a taste tester taste them for me, okay? We'll be back, guys. All right, guys, we're back. So we're done munching on our sopapillas. We do have some left over, but we'll save those. You can always save them, just put them in a covered container, and you can stick them in the fridge if you like. They're better it's better if you want to leave them out, you know, on the counter somewhere, and then just warm them up on the stove. They're not gonna taste as great. They're better, always better fresh, but hey, you don't want to throw away good food. So you get your little concave dough here, and you have a plate ready because you're gonna have a hot tortilla in just a second, and kind of make that rolling gesture back and forth with the same amount of weight, and you turn it. And like I said, if it starts to pick up on you, that means you don't have enough flour on your base or on your roller. Some of them will come out like Texas, some of them will come out like Florida. You'll have the map of the United States at the beginning, but hey, the taste is gonna be fantastic, so doesn't matter. And you will get a feel of see how thin that is? And you'll be able to feel once you get the hang of it. So this is our comal here. You can just go ahead and put that on there and let it sit for a while. It might bubble up, it won't bubble up as much as the sopapilla did. And we have this on a number 5. I think it should be probably at a 6, but we've had it sitting for a while, so we'll see. Now, once you start seeing these little bubbles here popping up, then you want to go ahead and flip your tortilla around. And this is a good sign right here that it's ready on that side. So you just waited a couple more minutes, maybe a minute, no longer than a minute, and don't turn it a lot because it's gonna make your dough really rough. It's gonna make the tortilla very hard and rough, so don't turn it a lot. The best thing to do if you don't think your tortilla is ready is just to use the spatula and just kind of lift it up on one side and look underneath. And as you can tell, this side is not ready, so we're just gonna keep it there for a little bit longer, maybe turn the heat up just a little bit there. These cast iron comals are really, really, really great for cooking, and I really highly suggest that you get one. Okay, so here we go. Let's just flip this over here, and that is our first tortilla. All right, see this this is not a perfect shape, but I don't care. It's gonna taste good to me either way. So here we are. Some people like to eat it with sour cream. I think that's very good. Some people just like avocado in it. I think that's very good. I'd rather have tripas and barbacoa and carne guisada, all of that good stuff. So let's get a taster. I think I'll be the taste tester. Let's see. Very, very good. Okay. It does not taste like a sopapilla, but my camera girl here is Hannah. You've probably seen her with my nephew Eli. She's done a couple of videos. She's gonna taste it for me. Okay. She was helping me, so she has powder and things everywhere.
This is really good.
Very good. And so we're just gonna finish making the rest of the tortillas. And I just want to thank you guys for watching. And I want you guys to like, share, comment, and subscribe. in any order, but please share this video with, if you try the recipe, whether it's a success or not, tag us in it, and we will definitely watch it, and we will comment on your video and see if we can help you out and help you beautify your recipe. So good luck. We love you guys, and walk in love. Peace.